Hello guys and welcome to Moxie Architecture. Today we will solve the numericals of previous year gate question papers. So let's dive in. If the area coverage of one sprinkler is 20 meter square and the maximum and minimum space is 4.6 and 1.5 respectively, then the minimum number of sprinklers required to be arranged in an orthogonal grid to cover the area of 15 meters into 20 meters room will be. So the area of circle is 2 pi r square. We know the area of circle. So calculating this formula for r comes to be 5 meter. So as the radius is 5 meter, so in the 15 meter length we can place 15 by 5, that is 3 sprinklers, and in 20 meter length we can place 20 by 5, that is 4 sprinklers. But the maximum distance is given to be 4 by 6 and the distance coming is 5 meter. So hence we add one sprinkler on both side. So the 3 sprinklers will be converted into 4 and the 4 is 5. So 4 into 5 is equal to 20 sprinklers are required. If the slope of a hipped roof is 60 degree and the height of the roof is 3 meters, span of the room in meters will be. So this is the sloped roof. This is the 60 degree angle of the roof. Height of the roof is given as 3 meters. So let's calculate for this x. So tan 60 degree is equal to opposite upon adjacent, which is equal to 3 by x. So calculating, we know that the value of tan 60 degree is root 3. So calculating for x, it comes up to root 3. But x is half of the span of the room. Consider the complete span of the room as a. So a is equal to 2x. Calculating for a, we get the span of the room as 3.45 meters. Volume of coarse aggregate in meter cube present in 1 meter cube of 1 is to 1.5 is to 3 concrete mix made by volume batching is. So the ratio given is cement is to sand is to aggregate, which is given as 1 is to 1.5 is to 3. So 3 is the volume of aggregate. So 3 divided by the total volume of the batch, that is 1 plus 1.5 plus 3, that is 5.5. So 3 divided by 5.5 into 1, that is the total volume given, is equal to 0.54 meter cube, that is the volume of aggregate. A tank of internal dimension 3 into 5 into 4 has a 200 mm thick brick wall on all sides. So we have to calculate the volume of brickwork in meter cube. So consider this tank with the internal dimension of 3 meter and 5 meter. So it has a brickwork of 200 mm. So we'll get a thickness of 200 mm around the tank. So if we calculate by center line method, the center to center distance between the wall will be 5.2 and in the breadth it will be 3.2. So the total length of wall will be 2 into 5.2 into 4, which is the height of the tank, plus 2 into 3.2 into 4, which gives us to be 67.2 meters square. So the volume of brickwork will be 67.2 into 0.2, that is the thickness of the brick, which comes up to 13.44 meter cube. Flux emitted from one candle LED light source in a direction in lumen would be. So let's consider this as the LED light, and this is the flux emitted in one direction. So this forms a solid angle. A full sphere has a solid angle of 4 pi steradian. So the light source uniformly radiates one candle in all direction has the total luminous flux of one candle into 4 pi steradian. That comes up to 12.57 candle steradian. So 1 candle steradian is equal to 1 lumen. Hence the total light emitted in luminous flux is 12.57 lumen. 50 hectares of residential sector has 65% buildable area. The FAR of the buildable area is 1.5. Within the residential sector, 60% of dwelling units are of 100 meter square and 40% are of 80 meter square. The gross residential density of units per hectares will be. So the total area of 50 hectares is 5 lakh meter square. Buildable area is 5 lakhs into 0.65, that is 3 lakhs 25,000 meter square. FAR on buildable area is 3 lakh 25,000 meter square into 1.5, that is 4 lakh 87,500. So let's consider X to be the total number of dwelling units. So as it has given, 60% are of 100 meter square. So 0.6x into 100 plus 0.4x into 80 is equal to 4,87,500. So calculating for x, it comes up to 5,300. So the gross density of 50 hectares will be 5,300 divided by 50, that is 106. In the given project network diagram, the total slack for job A in days would be. So we have to reach the activity F. So if we take the path of A and E, the total days required will be 2 plus 3, that is 5 days. If we go from the path B and C, the total days required will be 3 plus 3, that is 6 days. So the slack days for activity A will be 6 minus 5, that is 1 day. The scale of a contour map is 1:10,000 and the contour intervals are 5 meters. Distance between two given points on the map is 2 centimeter and the elevation difference between these given points is 10 meter. So question 1 is the actual distance between the 2 points in meter would be. So the scale given is 1:10,000. So the actual distance between the 2 centimeter points will be 2 into 10,000, that is 20,000 centimeters, that is 200 meters. Question 2 is the slope between two given points in percentage is. So the slope given is 10 meters for a distance of 200 meters that were calculated previously. So the slope percentage will be 10 divided by 200 into 100, that is 5%. A point load of 3 kN acts at a middle span of a 4-meter long cantilever beam. So this is the cantilever beam with a 3 kN force at the center. So this distance will be 2 meter and the remaining will be 2 meter. So what we have to calculate is the shearing force at the free end in kilonewton. So it will be 0 kilonewton as there is no mass on the free end of the beam. A point load of 3 kN acts at the middle span of a 4-meter long cantilever beam as shown in the figure. So let's consider this as a cantilever beam with the load of 3 kN in the center. So this distance will be 2 meter and the remaining will be 2 meter. So what we have to calculate is the bending moment at middle span in kilonewton meter. So the bending moment at mid span will be M is equal to Fi. That is, F is the force applied and I is the distance from the cantilever. So it will be 2 meters. So the bending moment at mid span will be 6 kilonewton meter. Cost of new building in rupees is 10 lakhs and its scrap value after 50 years is 1 lakh. Using straight line method, the annual depreciation of the building in rupees would be. So straight line method means there is equal depreciation in all years. So the formula for calculating depreciation will be C minus S divided by N, where D is depreciation, C is the cost of new building, S is the scrap value and N is the year of the building. So putting all the values, we get the annual depreciation value as 18,000. Cost of new building is 10 lakhs and its scrap value after 50 years is 1 lakh. Using straight line method, the book value after 10 years in rupees would be. So straight line method is a method in which the depreciation will be equal every year. So the formula is D is equal to C minus S by N, where D is depreciation, C is the cost of new building, S is scrap value and N is total years. So putting all the values, we get that annual depreciation will be 18,000. But for 10 years, the value will be 18,000 into 10, that is 1,80,000. So booking value after 10 years would be 10 lakhs minus 1,80,000, that would be 8,20,000 rupees. A room of size 100 meter square is illuminated by 10 lamps of 40 watt having a luminous efficiency of 50 lumen per watt. So total flux emitted by the lamp in lumen would be, so the total lumen illuminated will be 50 into 40, that is 2000 lumens. But there are 10 lamps, therefore 10 into 2000 is equal to 20,000 lumen. Question 2. If utilization factor is 2.5 at the working height of 90 centimeters above the floor level, the illumination lux would be. So the illumination lux is calculated as n phi into uf upon area. So n is the number of lamps, phi is the flux originated, and uf is utilization factor. So substituting all the values, we get the illumination in lux is equal to 100 lux. A firm is selling its product at rupees 60 per unit. The total cost of production is 100 rupees and firm is earning the total profit of 500. Later, the total cost increased by 30%. So by what percent the price should be increased to maintain the same profit level? So the total cost increase is by 30%, that is 100 into 1.3 is equal to 130 rupees. So the total cost including profit will be 130 plus 500, that is 630 rupees. Therefore, the price of product per unit will be 63 rupees. That is a 3 rupees increase. So the percent increase in price will be the 3 rupees divided by the original cost, that is 60, into 100. Hence 5% increase. If you want to know more about the courses and the study material, the link is given in the description box as well as the contact number. We will meet in the next video. Till then, bye.